What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Posttopostpod podcast. This week's episode is episode 45, and we have hockey back. Matt, did you catch either of those games that we took picks on last week?
Yes, I did.
Watched them both?
I did. No. We're too old. We can't make those 10 o'clock games.
I don't think I watched either of them.
No, yeah, that's right. I was on Discord, and I was watching the first one, but the Kraken game, I think I got like 2 minutes into it. I'm like, I can't be up this late.
Yeah, but they were both really good games. Good opening night. Kraken put up more of a fight than I thought. They almost came back and beat Vegas at the end, too.
Yeah, that was shocking to me. I was getting updates on my phone throughout the night, and I couldn't watch it, but I kept looking at my phone. I was like, oh, wow. And then all of a sudden, like, Kraken were just trying to crack it on back, but, couldn't do it. So that makes us 1-1 for our picks.
Yep, for sure. Really good to see Pittsburgh come out of the gates hot, too. Going up against Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning.
Oh, yeah.
We also see tonight, right now, I believe the Red Wings were beating them while we're recording right now.
Yeah, let me get it. I got it up right now. So the Red Wings right now are up 6-3 against the Tampa Bay Lightning, which is
crazy,
man, astounding to me.
Yeah, I mean that third line was a lot of depth for them, but I didn't expect them to lose to Pittsburgh and Detroit to start the season off. Kind of nuts.
But did you also expect the Buffalo Sabres to beat the Montreal tonight 5-1?
I mean, it's a long season. There's a lot to happen, but I mean, you asked a question to me earlier this week, and you said, can Buffalo be worse than they were last season? And I just don't think it's physically possible. Like, they dropped so many games last year. They didn't do anything to get better, but, I mean, I can't really say that they're going to be worse.
I don't know.
It could happen, but
I don't know.
I really fucking hope not. But anyways, we got a lot of trades and signings here this week. The New York Islanders signed two players here. Ryan Pulock to an 8-year deal for $49.2 million, a $6.15 mil AAV, and Zdeno Chara for 1 year at the league minimum $750,000.
I liked it. Ryan Pulock's a great pickup. I think this new extension / signing for Zdeno Chara means this isn't his last year, maybe next year.
I think I could see this being his last year, though. Like, he played with the Islanders, maybe. It's a good place to call it quits. I don't know. I mean, like we've said before, he's a physical freak. He could keep going. Definitely.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Next up, we got Ottawa signing Brady Tkachuk to a 7-year, $57.5 million contract, $8.21 mil AAV.
Definitely deserve. We've been talking about him since he entered the league.
Is this the one you like or the one you hate?
I don't know. Which one do I hate? No, the guy. Now that as soon as you said that, I remember the conversation we had where he's laughing at Stutzla.
Yeah.
Remember when he falls? Yeah,
we like Brady here.
We like Brady.
Nashville signs Matthias Ekholm to a 4-year, $25 million deal, $6.25 mil AAV. That's some good offensive firepower.
Oh, yeah.
Winnipeg signs Evgeny Svechnikov for a 1-year, $750,000, and Vancouver signs Alex Chason to a 1-year, $750,000 deal there.
What? So, weren't we just talking about Chason? Because right now we're gonna bring up Zach McEwen. It was Chason and McEwen in the fight, right?
No, it was Zach. It was McEwen, and the other guy was Zach.
Fuck, I'm putting you on the spot. Sorry. You do the next one, and I'll figure out.
Montreal signs Nick Suzuki to an 8-year, $63 million deal, $7.8 mil AAV. Nick Suzuki, another young forward for Montreal that's going to definitely put up some big numbers for them in the future. Watching him grow and develop, having that deep playoff run last year. Very happy to see him sign for a long time there.
Oh, yeah.
New York Rangers also signed an 8-year deal with Mika Zibanejad for $68 mil, $8.5 mil AAV. We are seeing a lot more higher AAV contracts getting tossed around the league. I just think the talent is there now more than it ever was before. There's a lot of very good top 6 players in this league, and you're seeing somewhere between 7 and 9 for those kind of players now. It's very cool to see, but it does eat up a lot of room on the cap.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the offseason, I don't know whether it was short or what it was, but I think the offseason, I think teams were saying, let's sign these guys for the 2 to 3 years, make sure we have them for like this year and a few years to follow. And I think now we're seeing the guys that the teams are just like, we want you here for a longer extended amount of time.
Yeah, because these ones take longer to hash out and figure out exactly what you're going to pay for how long, too.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's part of it.
Yeah.
And I figured it out, too. It was Zach Cassian.
Mm-hmm.
Got that off the top of my head. St. Louis signed James Neal to a 1-year deal for league minimum, and Pittsburgh signs Brian Boyle to a 1-year deal. They don't have the information on the contract yet, but he did score, I want to say, one of the first goals of the season. I don't think it was the first, but he was tied for league lead in goals this year.
Yeah,
so
I think that was the first pair with the Penguins that game.
Yeah.
He came on and scored, so already looking good with the Pens. Boyle's been around for forever, man. I'm thinking about it now.
Beat a battle with cancer too, so he's a fighter, man.
Savage.
Like that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay Lightning also signed up John Cooper for a 3-year head coach extension. No details on the price yet. I believe his only contract that we actually had the price on was 2016 to 2019 for some reason. Philadelphia claims Zach McEwen off waivers, which is the follow-up that we had there.
Right.
And lastly here we have Ska St. Petersburg is actually taking Nikita Kucherov over for a 1-year deal. He had a really good year with the New Jersey Devils, but that's really all we have on him.
Yeah, I've when I was doing this, Nikita Kucherov just seems like a good name, name you've heard a lot. And when we're looking him up, I'm like, oh, he's kind of like been okay in the league for only the past 3 seasons. It was with the New Jersey Devils, and that's the best season he played. But
I think that you might be getting mixed up with Gustav Nyquist, because that guy put up like a big show, and I think they both are called the Goose.
That might be.
Gustav Nyquist was on the Red Wings, and I kind of felt like the crossover was there a bit with Nikita Kucherov. Like I was like thinking that he was someone else, because like we said, he's only been in the league for like 3 years.
Right.
But he's been around for a while.
Yeah, that's definitely it. That's why I was shocked he went to KHL. But this is kind of been a normal occurrence. How many guys have you seen, like big names or just like regular names that you thought would stay in the NHL or just sign them in the KHL this off season?
Yeah, it happens, man. And I mean, while we're there, we actually have news from the UHL too. Jalen Smerek has decided that he's going to leave there and signs with the Bietigheim Steelers of the DEL.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, "You guys don't really discipline that guy for the racist actions. I'm out of here. I'm going to play somewhere else."
I remember when we were talking about it last week, you were saying this is it. We're not going to hear from it at all, unfortunately. And I think Jalen Smerek had that same exact thought and was like, fuck this shit, I'm out of here.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not going to defend me, if you're not going to protect me, I guess in that case, I'm out of here. I'm going to play for a different league that's probably going to respect me a lot more than you guys.
Good, and good for you. And I've heard actually that the DEL is actually a higher level too, so I think he's getting into a better league for himself too.
Oh, good for him. I was glad when I read that. I was shocked how quick it was. Like, it was literally like this week. It must have like after. I'm assuming after that whole thing dropped for just like the 10 games and everything. Jan's like, nope, I'm out of here.
He went over to Germany for that league now too.
Yep.
So that's interesting.
I don't have in front of me what in exact order notes we got going on. But one thing I did want to talk about is the assistant captains for the Rangers we got. Do you have those names up?
Yeah, so very interesting, kind of weird move here. I'm not for it. I think a team should have no more than 3, and I think 3 is a lot. Like, I think captain and 2 assistants is good. Football teams have a lot of, I think they're called captains and assistant captains too, but I think that's mostly because of injury and stuff, and all of the captains go out for the coin toss and everything like that, so blah, blah, blah. But yeah, having 7 guys on your team have a letter on their jersey out of a roster of like, I don't know, 25, I'm not for it.
Too much.
Personally.
It's way too much.
But they did name 6 here. Artemi Panarin, Chris Kreider, Mika Zibanejad, Jacob Trouba, Dylan Strome, and Barclay Goodrow. So
is there a reason? I didn't even like, I saw it and I was like, oh, okay.
I think it's just to have like a nice locker room and show that like, hey, we have plenty of guys that could have what it takes to be an assistant captain. Right. And it's not always like what you do on the ice. Because when I see this list, like you could cut it off with Panarin, Kreider, and Zibanejad probably for like the toss-ups. But it must be, locker room presence for Jacob Trouba, Strome, and Goodrow. So, right. I mean, sure, I'm all for it if they're all for it, but it's just kind of weird to me. Like personally, I wouldn't have done it.
No, not at all. Teams can do whatever they want. 6 assistant captains is just weird. But also, this brought me back to Roberto Luongo for the Vancouver Canucks. Remember they gave him the C?
Yeah.
They were like, why would you put a goalie as the captain?
Yeah, it was definitely a weird
didn't make any sense to me. Was he going to, like, skate up to the bench like every game and be like, hey, what's going on, guys? You got to really sit? No.
Yeah, and then there's also the issue of, like, when, games get dicey, a little too rough and tough, the captain will come over to the referees and sort things out and figure out like what's going to happen, where things are going,
Right.
And you can have the goalie skate all the way over and do that. I don't know.
Unless he's benched for the game, but even then, I don't know. That was too much for me. I put that in the same category as the six assistant captains, but at least these guys are going to be on the bench talking to each other.
Yeah,
I don't know. You're right. It was just it's too much. I'm sure this will change. This can change in an instant too.
Yeah.
I'm sure New York.
I don't know. Once you set them for the season, it doesn't usually change though. Like, so I think it'll stay.
I think it'll
stand.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you see well, you obviously watched a little bit of Vegas Kraken, right? Because you were texting me about it. The Vegas Kraken opening night show. That was really cool.
Oh my god, that was so sick. I love that, dude. Vegas has been coming out so strong with those opening ceremonies / I can't remember who's their mascot. Is it just the Knight or something like that, where he fights like the
yeah, their mascot's actually I believe it's a Gila monster or some shit like that.
Oh really?
Yeah. But they do have the Knight go out there and fuck around.
It was just gorgeous seeing it. Like I don't know, the way I saw a photo where like all around the rink was just kind of just dark enough where you didn't really notice the people, and the light on the ice or the spectacle of like the Kraken and the Knight on the ice, it just looked gorgeous. And I'm like, wow, like Vegas is just going all out, and I love this. I think it was a good like beginning game too, because Vegas, Kraken is playing a team that just recently entered the league too, so it was cool to see two recent teams who entered the league play in the beginning here. So I loved it. I thought it was fucking great.
Yeah, I think there was no bigger stage for it to really be. The only thing that kind of sucks is with the time difference, you get a 10 o'clock game on the East Coast here. I mean, 7 o'clock in Cali. Cali in like West Coast must be awesome because you get hockey at 4 o'clock right when you're getting out of work with the 7 o'clock East Coast games. And then the last game starts at like 7:30 at the latest, you know? And then you might get like a 10:30 out here kind of thing. But I just think it's not as blown up as like the opening night of the NFL or opening day at like Red Sox, things like that even. Like, I just wish there was something more they could figure out to do, you know? But the time difference is really the hard part, honestly.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah.
Some more NHL news here. Gabriel Landeskog has been suspended 2 games for this hit on Kirby Dach. What do you think about that?
I didn't like it. Kirby Dach in that game played fantastic. I actually texted you about it when I was watching the highlights there. And I was saying, oh, dude, we never talked about Kirby Dach, but we did. I mean, it's just been how long, but Kirby Dach came out just guns blazing. In that game, same game, I didn't like that hit at all.
I don't know what Landeskog's thinking there. Like, the guy's already down on one knee. I understand bumping him off the puck to get the puck, but, like, you don't need to clean his clock and send him to the boards. Like, that guy folded like a rag doll. I thought he was going to miss more time this year after that hit.
Oh, hell yeah.
His skates, like, touched the board. His neck, it was just a terrible look.
The reason why I brought up he had such a good game, because I feel like it happens to those players all the time. Like, you have just an incredible game, and then something just bad happens, you know? And that's exactly what we got. I didn't like it. I already have a suspension literally, 2 days into the beginning.
It's not usually like Landeskog to be throwing those hits and that kind of play. I don't know.
Right.
And that's why I think it's only 2 games. Like, if that was anyone else that has a track record,
it would have
been 5 to 10, I think, you know. Sticking to NHL news here, Mattis Kivlenik's number has been painted behind Elvis Merzlikins' net for tonight's Columbus Blue Jackets game, and I believe you said Elvis is going to be wearing Kivlenik's number 80, right?
Yep.
That's awesome. Good tribute to him. Those two are really close, really good friends, and I think we had a quote from Merzlikins saying that Kivlenik's basically saved his life, too, from that firework accident.
It was cool. NHL's been all over that tonight on Instagram, social media. I keep seeing stuff. It's a great photo. So they painted number 80 behind Elvis Merzlikins' net, and so Elvis Merzlikins, sorry, he has a thing where he kind of like just mentally prepares behind the net, and they got a good photo of him like right above like the 80, you know, just getting ready and probably saying something about Matisse. But yeah, great send off for Matisse Kivleniks. I love what the team's doing, both for Elvis Merzlikins and Matisse, you know, giving him a great send off.
Yeah.
You know, rest in peace.
Sure, it's not the last we'll hear of it too. That's just always the storyline for Elvis, you know.
Not at all.
Quick one here, too. Toronto Maple Leafs are now the highest valued franchise at $2 billion. They recently passed the New York Rangers, who are at $1.87 billion, and they were the highest valued franchise for a long time running now, the Rangers were. So it's pretty cool to see Toronto take it over. Montreal being number 3. Down the list, we have Blackhawks, Bruins, and the list goes on. But yeah, the top 10 clubs are all over $1 billion in valuation.
I wonder if it definitely had something to do with Austin Matthews coming in and the whole Tavares and Hyman and that whole thing. Toronto came out again.
Tell you what, it doesn't have to do with goaltending.
Nope, not at all. Nope. As long as they can score, that's all they need, right? But yeah, I mean, Austin Matthews has been another face in the NHL, man. I think it brought Toronto's got a great fan base. They've been terrible for years. They've been just a running joke. But now that they have a good team or a great team, just missing really good goaltending, I think it's really brought the Toronto fans back. And I think with Austin Matthews and the other two guys, it's really brought in money to the organization. And I think that's what we're seeing right here.
And another thing on Matthews real quick too, cover player for NHL 2 out of the last 3 years too.
Yeah.
So that's definitely part of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, spotlight on the Leafs. I don't understand, man. Like, the fans are just rabid up there, I guess, to be valued at $2 billion and have nothing to show since the 60s kind of thing, you know? It's insane. But
Think we're getting close?
I think they are. I think they're still another step away, man. Like, they got the bug now at this point.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be like a Red Sox or like a Chicago Cubs, like, break the curse kind of thing when
Right.
they do it.
They have the fever to do it. It's just they gotta find the right guys, you know?
Yep. Another quick snippet here. Henrik Lundqvist has joined Madison Square Garden studio for New York Rangers game, rocking a sick Godfather's lined suit.
Dude, what? This guy's a leg and a half. He posted something today too, and I'm just like, you are like the epitome of like what a man should look like. Like just the suit and everything, and I'm looking down at what I'm wearing. I'm like, God, I am just a scrum. I am you. Someone picked me out of the barrel of like the bottom of a barrel, and here's you, just like fancy as shit. God, he's got it, man.
Helps to have money, but yeah,
Right.
he's definitely a good looking guy.
Oh yeah.
Definitely a good face for, you know, New York.
Oh yeah.
Spotlight and everything.
So it's cool to see him be this. It's going to be awesome to watch him have his take as an analyst instead of us watching him in net. So good for Lundqvist. He's been really killing it as of late. We've been talking about him since like retirement and the whole Capitals and everything. So good for him.
Another cool little thing that they had on the air this week was Wayne Gretzky, Paul Bissonnette, and Charles Barkley all on one broadcast. Fucking hilarious clown show. Barkley was rocking bright red Air Force Ones. Barkley usually does TNT basketball, so since they're both the same network now because the NHL is on TNT, they had Charles Barkley on there, and it was so funny. He threw on Pecorine Pro returns, had glove and blocker and a stick, and was trying to stop Wayne Gretzky's shots. It was hilarious, dude. So cool to see. I love Barkley on the NBA broadcast too. They just like... Those guys are like a bunch of goofballs. It's Shaq, it's Barkley. There's a couple other guys, and they just like shit on each other on the broadcast, and like they'll actually get mad at each other. It's like so funny. So he's a really good personality for them to have for TNT in the NHL.
One thing I noticed in that clip though is Gretz still got it, man. I get that it's what's his name again? Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
I get that it's him, but also he was picking spots.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, dude, like you still got it.
In the AHL, too, we're seeing today on-ice official roster is going to include female referees for the first time. I thought that was pretty cool, and when you first sent it to me, I thought it was for the PHF. And I was like, that's weird that they didn't have female refs before. But that's awesome that the AHL is going to be doing that. That's really cool.
Yeah, so there's 10 of them all together, which is cool shit. AHL, I mean, hockey in general has been just expanding, I guess, or being more open. And this is cool to see. Speaking about, we're going to, I guess, jump off of this. I played Monday night, and I played at their academy right up the street here. And when I got on for the Boston Pride women, we were practicing before, so it was me and a few guys just kind of watching them play. I just turned my head around for like 2 seconds to like look at my bag. And one of them just like randomly took a shot. I don't know what she was probably fucking with me, but it sounded like a bomb went off. I'm like, whoa! Like I didn't realize like how big of a shot they had. But dude, I've been loving this woman talk. It was actually cool as shit to see because the other goalie that I was playing against was just like, oh, the part of NWHL. I'm just like, no, they're the premier. I had all this information just ready to go for him, and he's like, oh, that's awesome. Like, I started getting him into it and everything. I was like, you can find him on Twitch, and I was this close to being that asshole and getting on the ice, be like, hey, I got a podcast, want to go on it? But
Dude,
like,
yeah. I mean, they'd probably be super open to it.
Yeah.
But I think that it's really cool that their academy, their new rink, it's like top of the line, top
Top of the
notch.
line.
Whitney's numbers up there. There's another Pittsburgh defenseman, maybe Orlov. I forget.
Brooks Orpik.
Orpik, that's who it is. Yeah,
was
he
looking at
graduated their academy too. They had the numbers up in the rafters. I thought it's awesome. But that's actually the Boston Pride's home practice rink.
New rink,
so
yeah.
they're there all the time, which is cool. Moving on to the new Bauer logo. What do you think, buddy? I mean,
I fucking hate this
pretty
logo.
big miss in my opinion.
Dude, whoever made this needs to get fired. Like, what the hell are you doing? What is that? It's not
Yeah.
even a B. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not for it. The commercial was funny just because you had Kane back doing his thing with the pucks again. I thought that was good. But that's it, man.
I'm not rocking
I
that.
hope they don't put that on like the pads and
Sticks
stuff,
or
man.
whatever,
Everything.
yeah.
It's gonna be everywhere.
I like the Bauer Vapors. Don't ruin it. God, I can't.
Yeah.
No.
While we're on commercials too, hilarious Alex Ovechkin commercial with Nicholas Backstrom. He's like, we'll put the link below, but it's so funny. He's sitting on the couch eating cereal, and his wife's like, "Why is Backstrom on your life insurance policy?" He's like, "If something happens to me, how's Backstrom gonna get his points? Who's he gonna pass the puck to?"
I love
It's just
how
such
it
a good
pans
commercial
out,
too. Yeah.
And Backstrom just sitting right
Yeah.
there, right next to him, just eating.
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah,
he's
now
sipping
what?"
Tea.
It's so good.
Dude, Ovi has like the best commercials. Before we're talking about this, and before I was telling you about the Russian spy one from ESPN, and way back in the day, I think Bauer Vapor is just coming back, and there's a kid in high school who's opening up his locker room, and just Ovi's head is just sitting
Yeah,
there.
that one's good.
That was
I like when he's I think it's an NHL All-Star Game commercial, and he's prank calling at the hotel, and he's like,
Yes.
"Yeah, 30 pizzas. My name, Sidney Crosby."
Ovechkin.
Now we
the
have
good old
some news on Vitaly Kravtsov. If you want to take that one over.
Okay, yep, I know who you're talking about now. So there's a whole thing going on with Vitaly Kravtsov that it's kind of been going around. New York Rangers were having an issue with them. They sent him down to the minors to play for Hartford Wolfpack, and he refused, and they're talking about suspending him, and New York Rangers are also saying, well, you can look at trades, but we need to be traded for a player as good as your caliber, you know? And so I was like, who the hell is this guy? And we're looking him up, and I don't get why this is news. I feel like this stuff might happen a lot, but he went 9th overall. I think that's just why it was so big
He's a good
news.
prospect.
He was a good prospect in 2018. He went 9th overall in the draft. So he played for the Hartford Wolfpack in 2019-2020 for 39 games. And then after that, went to the KHL that same year. And he stayed in the KHL for the following season, where he played a total of 60 games with 18 goals and 9 assists. And then in 2020-2021, he played 20 games with the Rangers, where he had 2 goals and 2 assists. And I'm like, your numbers don't match up to how you're reacting to this. So from like, I know he wants to be in the league. He's a young kid. When the Rangers picked him up, his social media was just all New York, all Rangers and everything. And then when this whole stuff happened where the Rangers wanted put him in the 4th line and then they sent him down, he deleted all of that stuff from about New York.
Oh, wow.
And
That's interesting.
it's very interesting. But I don't know, man. Like, you gotta. I get he's a young kid. I get he wants to be in the NHL. But he's not this Austin Matthews kid. He's not Connor McDavid. He's not the Sidney Crosby Ovechkin that could just hop right in. You know, he's got to mature more, and mature is a huge word for this kid who's just kind of acting like a baby. He doesn't have the numbers to say, hey, put me in first line, second line, and let's go. He doesn't have that. He's got to mature in the NHL, and you're not getting it. So that's just to explain this whole Vitaly Kravtsov, and I refuse to talk anymore about it because, you know, it's just... He's just a young kid just acting like a child.
I don't know, though. I mean, he's only 21. Think about how young and dumb we were at 21. But then also look at the fact that we've talked before about comparing the KHL to the NHL, and we can't really tell which league is not necessarily better or worse, but, like, you can't necessarily compare them, right? But they're that close. Mm-hmm. So he's in the KHL the same year that he plays 20 games for the Rangers, and he puts up 16 goals, 8 assists. That's nothing to, shake a stick at.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. And then he comes over here and he's 2-2. He's a right winger. Maybe he didn't get enough playing time. Maybe he thinks that they're not giving him the chance. But the Rangers have that many prospects. And you're absolutely right that he does need to mature and understand the fact that there's a lot of young talent on this team and you need to earn your spot and prove it.
Right.
It's just weird to be making this much of a stink on the back end on like contract-wise and all this shit.
Right.
And if you want to go back to the K, then go back to the K. You know what I mean? But it definitely is front and center spotlight for the Rangers. Not really good for the organization, and it's going to be weird to see how this pans out.
Right. I don't know. It was just interesting to. I thought it was more interesting to see kind of like a mindset where he's at. We're just like, dude, he's all Rangers is like hyped as stuff, like hyped as shit.
He should be. Yeah,
as he should be.
He's young. He made it to the NHL.
But then like the Rangers were just like, well, we're sending you down to Hartford, and he just like started crying and was like, let me delete all this stuff from New York. Like, screw
no
you
offense,
guys.
but Hartford kind of sucks too.
Yeah, I've been to a Hartford game before. They were playing, what was the Pittsburgh Penguins? It's all Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Scranton. I like the fan base, but it was like,
It's just different, and I think Hartford's kind of like middle of nowhere. Like, I mean, you are only like 2-3 hours from New York, but at the same time, it's, I don't know, Connecticut, not the same as, New York. We also have some Flurry.
Bringing that back?
Huh?
Bringing back shitting on states now?
Buddy, if you want to talk about shitting on things, you shat on so many things before I dusted New Jersey. All right? And I'm standing by it. If there's one place I fucking hate, it's New Jersey, all right? I'm sticking to it. We have some more news on the Flurry Twitter drama, too.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, this whole Flurry, I mean, we're going like back. And so the whole Flurry situation.
I hate this story so much. I wish it would die in a fire.
I know. I'm glad this is pretty much over with. But the whole Flurry situation with him being traded and everything, there was just talk about it. We're like, why did he find out on Twitter? And then there was stuff on, he wasn't there something about, it's like, we made a mistake. It wasn't supposed to go on Twitter. I was supposed to tell him this and this. Well, we got actual news about what was going on, and so I'm going to read off of this website here. So on Saturday, Vegas Golden Knights president of hockey operations George McPhee revealed why the team let Fleury find out on Twitter about the trade, and the reasoning involves the future Hall of Famer agent Alan Walsh. McPhee says the Golden Knights purposely stopped communicating with Marc-Andre Fleury and allowed him to learn about the trade on Twitter after Alan Walsh started trying to sabotage the trade by telling teams he might retire. David Schoen of the Review Journalist said on Saturday. It's safe to say the Vegas Golden Knights front office isn't a big fan of Alan Walsh. Their first issue with him was on August 22nd, 2020. That night, the Golden Knights announced that Robin Leonard would start Game 1 of the Western Conference Final against Vancouver. Following that announcement, Walsh tweeted that picture that we were talking about with Fleury and the sword through the back, with head coach Peter DeBoer's name on the sword. And here we go with the shit show that for some reason Fleury is now the head of. I didn't like this at all, where it was like, fuck your agent, now we're going to fuck you.
Story just won't die. I think Fleury, honestly, like, once the sword in the back tweet came out and Fleury said he had nothing to do with it, that's when I think, like, as a player, personally, I would be like, all right, I kind of need to move on from my agent. Like, this is kind of fucked that he did this to me.
Right.
He put, like, the spotlight on me for no reason, brought some drama to the team, potentially cost us the Stanley Cup, if you look at it like that. Like, if it causes a, we don't know who to start kind of situation and who, like, turmoil in the locker room, like, all right, I got to be done with this guy.
Right.
Sticks with him. Another sword in the back tweet, and it's like, all right, Vegas is probably at this point like, maybe we need to move Fleury. This is the drama, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So they do that, and they get spiteful with it. I mean, it's just a shit show, and I'm not for it at all.
No.
I just want the story to end and be done with. I want Fleury to have a good season in Chicago. I want them to be bounced in maybe the first or second round of the playoffs. And
on both ends, it's fucking childish. On both ends, as professionals, it's fucking childish. Why? I hated this. Because Fleury's agent did this is why you're treating Fleury like shit. Fleury didn't do it. His agent did it. So be a professional adult company and say, Fleury, we've been having issues with your agent, but let me talk to you face to face and say, hey, we're going to be trading you.
But then the agent is also still fucking up trades, like you said.
Right.
He's spreading these rumors that Fleury's going to retire. So, I mean, Vegas's hand was somewhat forced, but there might have been another way to handle it kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you can't really go to Fleury because then Fleury's going to be like, what the fuck, they're trading me to his agent. And then his agent's like, no, we'll make that not happen. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's just weird. But moving along, last thing I have hockey related, we're going to make some picks for next week's games. We've singled out Tuesday, October 19th. A lot of good games to pick from that week, but first one that we picked out was New York Islanders versus Chicago Blackhawks.
So
I'm just going to do the same thing as last week. I'm going to take whatever team you don't pick, and if you don't want to pick a game, I can pick. You know what I mean?
So Chicago had a rough game against Colorado. But I'm going to take Chicago against the Islanders.
All right, good. The Islanders will win that one. Last week we were 1-1, right? Pittsburgh beat Tampa, so you won that one.
Yep.
And then Vegas ended up beating Seattle, so I won that one.
Yep.
All right, so next up we have Florida and Tampa.
I'm going to take Florida.
All right. I would have wanted to take Florida there, too. Tampa has dropped 2 games to not-so-good teams, so I think you got the right pick there. And then the last one up is Colorado and Washington.
I'm going to take Colorado.
There we go. I'm fine with that. I feel like that game is the real toss-up this season.
Yep.
I just think those two teams are kind of in the same spot where they're missing their top-tier goalie now, and they're both still right there for a Stanley Cup. Colorado is actually one of the NHL's favorites to win the Cup this year. There's a lot of talk about them.
Darcy Kemper looked fantastic this week against Chicago Blackhawks. Flurry let in a few bad ones or just bad redirects or whatever, but Darcy Kemper... in general, that game looked fantastic. The team in general looked fantastic. So I'm very confident with my pick with Colorado in that Washington game.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens next week. I do like the concept that I don't pick. I just, let you pick and just ride the wave.
Just win.
Just win. Just end up hoping to get a win without picking anything. But I do like having these little picks. For any of you listeners that hear this Monday night and you want to send something in, let us know.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah. Definitely looking forward to the season. There are a lot of good teams in this league now. It's so awesome to see. There aren't too many bad teams, like even Detroit's upsetting Tampa Bay. Like Buffalo upset, who'd you say, Washington or Montreal?
Montreal
the other day. Like it's anyone's game.
That was tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, unreal. You seen, I don't know, I honestly don't know what's going on. Like maybe the beginning of the season flukes or whatever, that whole Buffalo game. But we've seen so many moves this off season. Like it's I can't even remember some of the guys. Like I forgot Corey Perry. I forgot we talked about Corey Perry going to Tampa, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, he plays for them. Like there's been so many like big moves going on. So I think we're seeing like a lot of like different piled up teams, But again, this is all beginning of the season, feeling each other out. Last season was all bubble / COVID / different divisions. So we're seeing a lot of teams seeing each other for the first time in
shaking the
2
dust
years
off
now. Yeah. So this is going to be fun as shit to see.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of that either. Wow, they didn't even play outside of their division last year.
Nope. So all in North Division was all Canadian teams. So Canada versus Buffalo's first time they're seeing them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's cool.
So yeah, so it'll be an interesting beginning to the season till everyone really settles into everything. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm loving that it's back so quick.
Last little thing we have here. We mentioned it last week. I don't remember if we put the link in our description, but the Trevor Bauer most controversial player in baseball video. If anyone ended up watching that, hilarious video. It kind of didn't really go anywhere because it's still an ongoing story, and it was kind of just story after story about how this guy's weird. But I don't know. How do you feel about it?
I remember when. What was the one you sent me?
Zach Greinke.
Zach Greinke. This one I found, it's 20 minutes long, and I remember like seeing it. I think the title just got me, and then I was thinking about Zach Greinke. So like I watched the first 2 minutes, and then after the first 2 minutes, I was like, oh my god, I could keep watching this. So Trevor Bauer is like this. I don't know what the hell he is. You kind of want to call him psycho or just like a troll, like a professional troll.
Yeah.
Where what do you wanted? Like 6,900,000.
Yeah, he's obsessed with using weird numbers.
69 420. Then we talked about like to troll like on the back mound he wrote BD 9/11 for like Bush did 9/11, and it was just like, oh, it's something like me and my friends did. Like I thought it was insane. What from that video were you like, oh my god?
I thought like the part that made the most sense was very early on. It's kind of sad, honestly, that he's just kind of like an outcast, a loner, like got bullied in school, couldn't really make the baseball team, but then was like kind of spiteful in it and was like, I'm going to learn how to throw the baseball better than anyone in the world. And it's like the one thing that he gives a shit about. He's literally like electrocuting his brain to like fire off certain things so he can learn skills quicker. He's got this weird fucking like bendy stick that he puts over his head and just fucking, it like works out different muscles and keeps him loose and just does all these weird things. And then at the end of it, he's taking all that spite and like, he's like, I'm the best there is. Like he literally had some of the best stats, won the Cy Young, all this shit. And then just starts like torching everyone, trying to destroy the league, basically.
Right. Putting
trash cans on his shoes when they're playing the Astros. Putting free Joe, I think his name's Joe Kelly, from the Dodgers on his shoes. And then he would, what was the other thing he did? A lot of stuff that he went after the league for, like pine tar. The pitchers were using that.
He was pitching with one eye open.
Just fucking with people.
Just fucking insane. He proved a point, too, which is interesting for like MLB, because remember, like, one inning he used the pine tar, and the second inning they didn't.
Yeah, and his RPMs were insane.
Yeah, and he goes, yeah, that's what happens when you use pine tar. I'm like, and he still didn't get in trouble for that. So, which means, like, he's got a point where the league is just, like, not doing what
it's almost like a certain unwritten thing that, like, each league, I think more so, NFL number 1 and MLB probably number 2, allows a certain amount of cheating in their league. Like, excuse me, there's a website you can go to. I'll find the link for you for below too, and it'll tell you how many times your NFL team has cheated and like gotten caught cheating.
Oh, interesting.
And it's hilarious. Every team has like, I think at least 10, like over the course of just being a team, and it's like kind of nuts to think about. But they get caught, they get fined, all this shit happens. But at the end of the day, like it doesn't stop them, you know. No. So it's nuts, and I can't really think of like a lot of cheating scandals in the NHL. I know there's been gambling scandals in the NBA and all the leagues, honestly, but I can't really think of like a major cheating scandal in basketball, but it's just nuts.
Now you got me thinking. I feel like there's a lot that we're not thinking of right now. I feel like especially baseball or hockey.
Oh, baseball, definitely. Like Bill Buckner, there's rumors that he threw that game. The Chicago Black Sox, they used to call them because they were throwing games to win sports bets. NFL, man, countless, just like, we'll send this scout over there to watch footage of their practice, things like that, you know?
Oh, there's so much with, like, the Patriots. I remember seeing that all the time. Where, didn't they have someone, like, just, like, with binoculars or something like that, looking over to, like, the other side of the football field, the opponents, and just trying to figure out their plays and stuff. Spygate and everything, yeah. I mean...
Yeah, this is called yourteamcheats.com. Pick a random NFL team.
I don't know. You're asking me for an NFL
Pick a
team?
Random NFL city, then. Just a city.
We're talking about Oakland, right? Do they have a
let's
game?
see. 33 times that team has cheated and been caught.
Holy shit.
Yeah, man. It's nuts. And every single one of them has it. PED Gate 9 times since 1989. So they've been caught with PEDs 9 times. Raider Gate in the 70s. Salary cap. Player Gate. I don't know anything about these, but there's just a shit ton of them.
That's
Tank Gate.
Incredible.
It's just insane.
And guess how many times they weren't caught, you know?
Yeah,
probably
exactly.
Way more than this.
The Oakland Raiders forfeited 4th-round draft pick for evasion of the player limit. Victim, the entire league. Punished, yes. The Raiders lost a 4th-round draft pick. And I think that means that they like try to avoid cutting certain people from their roster or something like that.
Oh, interesting.
This one says they forfeited their 5th-round draft pick for illegally sequestering 2 players in 1978. They lost a 5th-round draft pick for it. And I think that means they were kind of like scouting before they could play or some shit like that, before they were eligible. I don't know. But it's a pretty cool website, yourteamcheats.com. It'd be cool if they did one for every league, but I think it's a lot more interesting with the NFL because there's so many of them. Like that was nuts. 33 times for one team.
That's fucking insane. I mean, I don't know. You ain't winning if you ain't cheating. Is that what Ricky Bobby said?
Yeah. I actually just watched that movie recently. Been on a big movie kick. Been watching mad movies.
But yeah, I don't know. This Trevor Bauer video, yeah, because we talked about Zach Kroenke, and I found that. I'm like, no, it's something we could talk about. That whole thing you're talking about, the little poll that like comes up and down. It's supposed to help with like his shoulders. It's supposed to warm him up. And there's a part in that video that said they were going out away on some plane. They were gonna go away. And one of the guys who works in the airport or whatever the fuck, they lost it. And he held the plane for 4 hours with everyone in it because he's like, I can't play without that.
Yeah, but with everyone in it is just their team because it's a private jet. But even still, dude,
Even
like
still,
that's
you're
nuts.
like, all right, buddy, let's get this thing going.
Yeah, we'll just buy you a new one when we get there. But it's like he wanted his. Like, It's like his fucking blankie.
It's
know?
like the biggest fuck you too for everyone who just like was just shitting on him throughout his whole life.
It'd be funny if he just like didn't even have a start on the away game either. He's just like he's
just,
not pitching
like,
that day.
Fuck you, yeah. But yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, definitely a cool video. Cool little watch too. 20 minutes of just weird shit about this dude. That's really it.
Yeah, pretty much. So that whole bounce back into hockey here. We got the final. Okay, so the Blue Jackets with the Matisse Kivlenix. Elvis only let in 2 goals. They won 8-2. So
Holy shit! Who'd they beat?
they beat the Arizona Coyotes.
Oh, that sucks.
And it wasn't like, Coyotes had 38 shots on net.
Oh wow.
And Blue Jackets had 26. So
Oh wow.
yeah, so Elvis got absolutely pestered. Yet
No,
they
dude,
still just like
they
no.
fucking used
blew
both
by
their
him.
goalies and let 8 goals up too. That's fucking terrible.
Isn't that insane?
Oh, on 26 shots. That's not
26
good.
shots, yep.
That's like a 666 save percentage. 8 out of 26. It's almost like a 700. That's
Why is your
nuts.
math incredible?
That's not that good. That's just quick math.
Maybe I'm just dumb because we're trying to figure out.
You're not dumb, buddy.
When we're doing the signings, it would be like what someone got signed for like 68 mil. I'm like, what's that per year? And you're just like quick math, like it's this 0.1.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how you did it, but yeah,
Dude,
we got
that's
the.
terrible.
All right, so want to add another game to that?
Yeah.
All right, so Vegas Golden Knights and Kings just started. Who's gonna win?
Okay, so this will be decided before the listeners even get it. I'll take a pick here.
Mm-hmm.
What are their records too? Vegas is probably 1-0 or 2-0.
Oh boy.
It doesn't have it right there?
See,
No,
it doesn't have it.
All right, that's fine. I'll go LA. I'm gonna hope for an upset here.
Oh,
I'll give you Vegas.
Okay, cool. So what happens if for the loser? We're gonna add anything to that?
No, because you're making all the picks.
You're right.
Either that or starting next week we can keep real score and we can both make picks and end up picking the same team or different teams. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And we could do something like that. We'll talk about it. Maybe we'll have something for you guys for next week.
All right. Sounds good.
Maybe you'll have to eat like a bottle of mustard or something.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I wonder what would happen if a person ate a whole bottle of mustard.
I don't know.
I feel like it's not good for you though.
Mustard's
good.
Mustard's good.
Oh,
though.
dude, I'm glad you agree.
Yeah.
Mary Kate's like, you're fucking gross. I'll eat like if I'm on like a diet, I'll eat grilled chicken, rice, and like mustard, dude. Mustard's a flavor. I'll put it on the rice too. I don't give a fuck.
What is wrong with you?
What? What would you put mustard on?
Not rice.
Well, I mean, you're not having anything else to add flavor to it. Your options are rice or hot sauce. Would you just eat straight rice?
I would eat straight rice.
Yeah, I mean that's fair, but I got the rice on the chicken and I mix it all up anyways. So it's like
I'm getting a mustard guy, so I might actually try mustard and rice.
I don't just put it on the rice when I'm having rice. It's like I have the mustard on the chicken and it gets on the rice and I just kind of mix it all up. I'm not just strictly putting it on the rice. Having mustard rice for lunch.
Mustard
dude.
rice.
What do you put mustard on that you like it?
I don't know.
Mustard is like when I say you can have mustard or hot sauce, those are like the two condiments that there's nothing condiments that there's nothing to them. Like if you're on a diet, you can flavor chicken with that, whatever. Like there's nothing to it. It's just spice basically.
Oh shit! Wow.
Just so you know, pro tip. But what do you put mustard on?
I don't know. Just random sandwiches. I used to take it for the gym. So mustard is good for like inflation and cramps and everything. So I
see the NHL players sucking on a mustard packet every once in a while.
So I used to do like a little teaspoon and just like suck it down. It used to help me out a lot.
That's a lot. I don't know if I mean I could. I wouldn't really mind it too much, but like I don't know if I'd want to.
I'd put it on anything, man. Honey mustard is the way to go.
Honey mustard's so good.
So good.
Best condiment out there.
Mm-hmm.
Best condom out there.
You're a savage.
Did you see? Have you ever seen the picture of the Tampa Bay Lightning? I think it was their first Stanley Cup run, 2020 maybe, whatever one they won. No, it was earlier than that. Maybe it was 2004. I don't know. Whatever. They're in the Stanley Cup playoffs. I don't even think it was a cup run. Whatever. There's a picture zoomed in of a player, and he's like hunched over the bench like this, and they zoomed in. And there's a open Bud Light can under the bench at the back, like behind him by where like the trainer is. So like they were drinking Bud Lights on the bench to like stay loose and like take the stress down a little bit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Not like a ton, not getting
not a
shit-faced,
ton,
but like
but yeah,
just
it
fucking
calms them
calm
down
the
a bit.
nerves. Yeah.
Speaking of Tampa Bay Lightning, keep looking at the scores here. Kraken just won 4-3 against the Preds, and then Lightning. I think who was I talking? Oh no, I was talking about Sabres being up 5-1, but Lightning won 7-6 against the Red Wings.
Oh wow, they flipped it on.
That
them.
was back and forth.
That
Lightning
would've-
with 48 shots on goal, so they were fucking just all over them.
Yeah, but I mean that's nuts. Tampa. I mean Detroit putting up a fight against Tampa, and who'd they beat the other day too? I just talked about it. Whatever, the listeners know.
Yeah,
But that's awesome, dude.
that's awesome.
That's cool.
I
to
don't
see
think you'd
Tampa coming
expect a
back.
game from like Lightning, Red Wings. I don't think you expected like a game like this at all.
Yeah, I mean especially the 13 goals. I mean you could see
Ugh.
it like 12-1 maybe, but
Right. Right. Just from the Lightning.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
so good for Detroit though, putting up a fight against Stanley Cup champions.
Right.
So.
Exactly.
And
then
good for Tampa getting their first win of the season.
and you have the Senators beating the Maple Leafs 3-2.
Yeah, that could flip. Is that already done?
It's already done.
Oh,
It's
wow.
final 3-2. Like what the hell? Are we living in the upside down right now?
I like the Senators. Don't sleep on them. I mean, last season they were super streaky, but they did get it together at a certain point of the season. They had like I want to say a 7 or 8 game win streak too. Remember that?
Yeah, I'm trying to follow more on Matt Murray. I want to see if he's gonna have a bounce back year because last year, holy shit, was like we were giving him shit.
Yeah.
like, every game.
I some guys it's all mental, and I think Murray could be one of those guys. I think Binnington could be one of those guys. Like it's a big mental battle. And that's another team that I don't think it can do much worse. So just let the young blood grow and watch it happen.
I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
Sure.
Sure.
If that's what you want to say.
That's what the old people say now.
Fucking asshole, dude, making me drink this shit.
Oh yeah, tell them what it's sponsored tonight.
No, we're not sponsored by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Fire because I don't sell this shit at my company. Yeah, I'm drinking a shot of Jack Daniel's Tennessee Fire. I don't like Fireball, dude. I told you before, one time I got really messed up on Fireball and like I like throw up when I drink it.
Really?
Yeah, man. Like
I'm in
this
for
might not go down well.
I'm in for a fucking treat tonight, fellas.
I had chicken parm for
close to
dinner.
you.
So you might
Good.
be seeing that.
Oh man. Oh, want to tell everyone what I texted you? So we're
Do
recording.
you want to tell everyone what you texted me? Because I don't remember.
Oh yeah. So it's Thursday night. We usually record Fridays, but it's Thursday night. I got something going
Oh
on.
no, if it's about the golf
Friday.
tournament, no, we'll leave that off.
Okay.
That's fine. Yeah, I was supposed to play in a golf tournament today, but I didn't end up playing. So we're just gonna have a quick shot here. What are you drinking?
Okay. So I'm gonna get rid of this.
Why? Oh, I thought you were putting it away.
Oh no.
I got you.
E&J VSOP brandy.
You know what VSOP is?
No, say it. What is it?
Very special. I don't know what the OP is.
Very special.
It's all an abbreviation. Want me to look it up right now?
Yeah.
It's
do it.
usually used for cognac, but it's a brandy, right?
Brandy.
I think brandy's a type of cognac. I could be wrong.
I said, Brandy, you're a fine girl. Dude, 70s music is where it's at.
VSOP, very superior old pale for cognac.
What the fuck?
Very special. So very superior old pale. XO is extra old. It's a guarantee of how long the cognac's been aged. VS indicates that it's been aged at least 2 years. VSOP is at least 4 years, and extra old is at least 6 years. That's pretty cool. I never knew that.
That's interesting. We learned something new today.
Yeah, how about that? The listeners did too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. Sorry,
This isn't going to go down well at all.
I love this. There you go.
Did you spit it out?
No. That is not that.
I thought we had our first spit take on the episode. That would have been hilarious if we just juiced that all over the back wall.
Oh man, that is not. You're not supposed to shoot that.
Brandy, you're not a fine whiskey.
You're not supposed to shoot that at all.
What do you mean? It's in a nip. Yeah, you are.
You can put anything in nip and say it's supposed to be shot. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's why they put it in a nip. It's so you can shoot it.
Woo!
All right, my daughter's sleeping upstairs. Settle down.
Sorry. It is just. Oh my god, that is fucking rancid. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all.
It's 4 years old, buddy. At least 4 years old.
You were fine with the Jack Daniels?
No, I'm not. I gotta go. No, I don't like it. My mouth still tastes like cinnamon too. I don't think I chewed it a lot, but I used to not mind Big Red chewing gum. That used to be good.
Big Red is good.
If you had to pick, like, if you're going to the store and you're buying a pack of gum, what are you buying?
Trident
Trident's really
layers.
good. Yeah. Layers? What, the fruit shit?
Oh yeah.
No, dude, no.
So fucking good.
I only buy gum that's for, like, making my breath smell better. I'm not buying, like, gum so I can get some juicy fruit kind of shit. Bubble tape bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, I only do the Trident layers.
Dentine Ice used to be, like, fucking so, like, Listerine in the back of your throat. Yeah. But I don't like that shit.
Fuck that.
But I was like, that stuff would, like, kill your breath, make it so good.
I do the duos. What are those mint things?
Is it like the 60-pack?
Yeah, it's like the little 60-pack. You can do, like, many or one, and it's got, like, strawberry and something else.
Oh, no, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah. Fuck, I used to slam those. But those are also fruity, too, usually.
I kept them in my truck.
Yeah. I do, back in high school, I did Winterfresh was my brand. And then
you sick fuck.
Why? Winterfresh is really good.
Winterfresh is fucking gross.
Why?
I hated it. I hated, like, I don't know.
Trident is a really good, like, original Trident, like the mint one.
The strawberry one?
Good. No,
the mint.
Dude, fuck off with the fruits. I'm talking mint over here. I'm talking Winterfresh. I'm talking Trident. I'm talking Orbit, okay?
Okay, Jesus. This is the real shit.
But Trident, the fruit ones, like, I get it. I get why you thought fruit there. But the original Trident is very good. I used to chew that going to hockey. Extra is, like, my kicking around gum. Extra fucking peppermint, I think.
I've done this before. Just off topic. Same topic or whatever the fuck. I used to chew gum while in the crease while playing hockey.
Oh, really?
And it's the worst thing you could possibly
It's just too long.
do.
Like, I would do it for a period and spit it out maybe.
Right.
But
too much. Don't do it.
What's your pregame ritual? Like, going to a game every week, I do the same thing.
Oh, really?
Not the same thing, like, to a point, but there's 3 things that I do every time I go.
So, if I have time, I'd do it regardless. So either at home or at the gym, I now have this Theragun. Well, not Theragun. It's like a massage gun. I'll literally just, like, either again at the rink or at home, I'll stretch and just use the Theragun while just, like, watching, like, hockey videos, kind of like pump up videos, and then I get to the rink. But before I get to the rink, I have this BCAA energy.
Yeah, those are good. Aminos and shit.
I'll drink that on the way there while blasting some Big Booty Mix.
Got it, boy. Yeah, that's a go-to?
That's my go-to.
That's nice. I love that shit, dude.
So
20's dropping soon.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
It's going to be good, man.
And
they can't miss.
Nope. And then when I put actually, no. Before I say what I do, do you have like, how do you put on gear?
No, we talked about this on the show before. It doesn't matter to me. I know that you do right leg, then left leg, then this and that. No. I mean, as long as my gear's going on in the same order, you know what I mean? Like, cup, pants, pads, this, that, the other thing. But I'm not like, I have to tie this skate first. I have to tie that skate first. Weirdo.
Left, right. Dude, it's just a whole routine I got going on.
No.
And if I don't do it, I feel wrong. Like,
yeah. If one skate is tied looser than the other, I feel wrong.
Right.
But that's different. Like, the equipment literally feels different. You know what I mean? It's not like a mental thing.
I have put on my right skate first and tied it up, and I've literally taken it off to put my left skate on first.
Nice. You're a fucking weirdo.
Yep. So.
All right. That's it?
That's it. That's all we got. It's going to be a short episode, boys.
My pregame rituals here. It's a can of Red Bull. Can of Red Bull first. Like, the second that I leave the house, I crack it and drink it.
You do a can of Red Bull before this, too.
Yeah, usually I do, yep. Can of Red Bull. It just gets me going, gets me energized. I'm ready to go. Red Bull's, like, not saying, like, it's the best tasting energy drink, but it works the best for me. Mm-hmm. Like, it just works, you know? Right. So a can of Red Bull on the way, and usually I finish that about halfway to the rink. Stick of gum, and then I spit it out before I get on the ice, and metal music the whole way there. That's it.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
I used to try to do pre-workout for a while before.
You get the jitters because you stand still too long.
Yeah,
when you're
you
playing
get the
goalie.
jitters and it fucks you up. And that's why the BCAAs work, because it's like, it's energy, but like it's not like pre-workout, you know?
One of my teams, I think they worked in like a hospital or something. They always had smelling salts, like a shit ton of them.
Holy shit.
Like a bag like this fucking big. And I actually looked it up because they asked me one week, they're like, oh, you want some? I was like, yeah, I guess I'll do it. Why not? And I did it. This shit's cool, man. Have you ever done it?
I've never done it.
It literally hits you like, whoa. But I looked it up, and they say it's good for like quick decisions, like quick movements with the puck and things like that for forwards and shit. But as a goalie, it's not, because I forget what it said, but I think it said basically like you basically react too quickly to things, and like you overthink it, and like you'd reach blocker and have to like pull back because you've overextended, things like that.
That's the
I
problem
forget what
with
it was.
pre-workout, yeah.
But the smelling salts it wasn't for a goalie, basically, is what it said.
Right.
And then the pre-workout, I think you get so jittery and jumpy, and you're feeling it. You're revved up, and then it's like the puck stays down there for like 3 minutes straight, and you're like, oh man, you're like itching. You like got to get out of your skin, kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. Yep. Just skating around, and then you just get overtired, and then the worst is like I remember when I was doing pre-workout, it'd be like halfway through the game, and the crash because it just leaves your body, and you're just like exhausted. You're like, I can't move anymore.
Yeah.
It sucked, and I'm glad I evolved from that. I was like, nope, this is dumb. Don't do that.
Oh, I don't know, not for me.
Nope. But actually, we made it. We're not that bad.
I always tell
55
people it's a
minutes
short episode when it's not. We're
Yeah.
supposed to be 45 to an hour.
Yeah, we got it.
We get it every
for
time.
the guys. But next week we'll definitely have NHL just started, so next week we're gonna have a lot more to talk about.
Yep. And we also have you said, I think you plugged it last week, but it wasn't up yet. We got episode 2 of your mic'd up session.
Oh yeah, so I posted along with episode 44. 2 days later, I posted my episode 2 of Mic'd Up with Matt. That's what I'm gonna name it from now on.
Oh, nice. I like that.
So that game. Guys, gotta let me know if you guys can hear me well. We watched this before, and I'm trying to fuck around with the mic to see what works best. I think
One thing I recommended too, you mentioned today, sorry to cut in, you said you wanted to do captions and stuff, and I said, oh, I think YouTube has a button. We hit it today, and the captions are like on point for like what Matt's saying. So
Right.
for anyone watching it, like if you can't really tell, it's like a little muffled, anything like that,
Right.
turn those captions on, man. Like it's great. I watch TV with the captions on because I'm a fucking old
I do the
bastard.
same thing.
Yeah,
Yep,
so
I do the same thing.
I've never slapped it on a YouTube video before, but I said hit that, and it looked pretty good. So.
And for your listeners listening on Spotify and Apple, way to check it out. Go on YouTube. We are Around the Boards on YouTube. Easy to find. Click the link, and I'll be right there. Anyone want me to change anything? I want to see something different on the on that Mic'd Up with Matt, let me know. I do have, thanks to Trav, 4 Oilers who I actually talked to. I literally, it's kind of cool to know that I could literally just DM him and we could just talk and shoot the shit. I asked him how he does the in-net GoPros, and so it's literally 2 pucks that he super glues, and the GoPro mount, he super glue like Gorilla glues that on too, and so all you have to do is like throw the fucking GoPro on and just throw it in the net, so it's easy to just like grab and go. So I think that's gonna be my next move, is have instead of like against the glass.
I've never watched his stuff, but how is that angle? Like, are we staring at your ass the whole time?
He posted a new video yesterday that I was watching. He's in Sweden right now playing in the league, and he's got like the GoPro angled up, and it's pretty good. Like
he's allowed to put that in the net in a Swedish league?
Yeah,
that's nuts.
Isn't that nuts?
Wow.
But yeah, and so I think that angle comes out nice, but there's only one way to find out, and that's by doing it. And if it doesn't work, we'll go back to the glass. But if anyone wants to see,
I was saying to you today, I did like the glass angle. Last time, I felt like I couldn't see what was going down on the far end of the ice.
Right.
But the way you did it this week, I don't know if it was different or not. I could see it in Hingham.
I changed it. So the first episode I did, there was like, so I had the suction cup and then the GoPro arms I had, so like it could just face off. And I was watching VOG, Voice Over Goalie, and he was showing us how he did it, which was literally just the fucking suction cup, and it came out just 10 times better. So that's what I did, and it's just so much easier. Just throw it on and then take it off. And so definitely be ready for another episode 3 coming. It's Thursday, so all my games are Monday, so I'm gonna be recording Monday.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to come up with another name too if you get me mic'd up too. So you get mic'd up with Matt, maybe like in the crease with Chris.
Damn, write that down, will ya? What is with you, man? In the crease with Chris?
Something like that. We'll get me in net too. You can watch how bad I suck. Actually, the other night I had a wicked good game. I had a 10 o'clock game. Got an email, $30, come play. I was like, oh, hell yeah. So I made $30 too, which was nice. Played a really good game. We were in our own zone like the entire time. I think I faced probably like 50 shots, and the other guy probably faced 12. We ended up tying 2-2. I stopped like 2 breakaways at the end of the game. I think they scored a goal with like 5 seconds left in the second to tie it up too. It was awesome.
That's
wicked
awesome.
Good game. It was fun. But my fucking body is so sore because I played 6 a.m. Wednesday and then 10 p.m. Wednesday night. But I was like, $30, why not? Go make some money, have fun.
I've been smelling it this entire time.
Mask of shame, dude. That's the mask of shame. If you forget your mask for the podcast, you leave it there.
Yep. So for our listeners, we have a desk set up and 2 of our masks. I usually have my mask in front of me, but thanks to Chris, he's got an extra mask, which is the one he recently used. So this entire time, I've been smelling him.
Yeah.
And it's been...
I'm not getting the mask of shame. My mask is here.
Right.
My beat up Molson Canadian mask. This thing's sick though. Like, one of my old bosses at my job gave me this. It's a Molson Canadian helmet, but I used to wear it, and then I got a few of these up top here. I don't know if we can see it, but there's a big divot in the helmet, man. I mean, this thing, I could feel it when I got hit with this thing, you know?
Oh, yeah,
you could kind of see it on the spare helmet, too. Sorry, my mouth's getting away from the mic a bit. I got some, like, chip work down on the chin. I might want to get that fixed soon. I'm not 100%. I mean, I think it's still sturdy and everything, but I was thinking about getting it painted, but where it's all beat up and shit, I don't know. I might look into it. We'll see.
BFMS Designs did mine. Great,
yeah, yours came out awesome.
Great guy to work with, just in general. You can follow his Instagram. It's I think it's literally BFMS Designs.
Is he local?
And no, he's in Toronto, I believe.
So you shipped it to him?
So I shipped it to him. It was $400. That was it.
That's not that bad. Yours came out so good.
Yeah, I went through like Vice Designs and I can't remember the other one, but they were asking for like, at one point one of them was asking like, yeah, we'll do it for $1,500. I'm like, whoa,
yeah,
no.
It gets expensive.
But if you go to BMFS or BFMS Designs, guy will work with you. Just he's so good at what he does, and it's like pretty cheap for a goalie. So
off the top of your head, do you know if he does repairs too, like the chin that's cracked there?
I don't
I'll
think
check
so.
and see.
Yeah,
Okay,
you can check and see. Yeah,
and if not, I mean, I'll get it repaired and then ship it to him because
right.
that's a really good price point for what you got done.
Right.
That's awesome.
Right.
That helmet looks great.
So yeah, he'll work with you. So if you bring it over, I think before you even bring it over, he'll be like, "What do you want?" And like I literally just told him like, "Hey, like yeah, I'm a big Superman fan, so I want Superman. I'm a big Zelda fan, so I want Link. Maybe my name, my smalls on the chin there." And then I was like, in the back, I want the Italian German flag and the initials of my family in the back. And so he, the design for like, obviously you can't see it now, but the
maybe it'll be here next week.
Yeah, maybe
not.
But he did that all. Like he just showed me. I think he's had like 3 different types of designs, and the one that I picked was one of them. I'm like, that came out amazing. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
and he draws them up and sends them to you?
He draws them up, sends them to you, and be like, is this what you want? Is this what you like? What can I change about it? You know, so great guy to work with for a great price.
What was the turnaround like when you shipped it to when you got it back?
Oh, man. So I think I did it in the wintertime, so it was pretty quick. So I shipped it to him, and within maybe like a month, maybe like 2 months or so, I got it back.
Maybe I'll get that for a Christmas present for my wife, kind of thing. That's
so
cool.
worth it.
Yeah, I'm going to look into that. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I have no problem at all giving this guy props on the podcast because he's a hell of a guy to work with. So, maybe a guy we can have on here maybe to talk to.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But with that said, let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here. Thanks everyone for listening. If there's anything you want to see us cover next episode, let us know. Our links are in the description, and we'll see you guys all next week. Peace.